Donald Trump is facing new controversy, but not related to politics this time. A Jamaican model is now suing his modeling agency. So what do his lawyers have to say about these accusations? Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
I believe in you.
In a video for this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit contest, model Mia Kang is running a very provocative campaign for votes. Much like the man who owns the modeling agency that represents her, Donald Trump. Beautiful. It's not well known, but his vast business empire includes a modeling agency, Trump Model Management. Some of his models have hit it big, including his wife Melania, who, while dating him, posed in various forms of undress on Trump's private jet for a British magazine. Trump models are used to help promote the fashion line run by his daughter Ivanka, once a model herself. Trump makes more than $1 million a year from the modeling business. And as part of this MTV reality show, he was personally involved in recruiting teenage talent.
You just signed with a model agency today, which is great. That's great. Congratulations.
So excited.
Trump Models Inc.
More than 100 of Trump's models have been brought into the U.S. from other countries under what's called the H-1B visa program for seasonal or specialized workers. That is the very program that, as a presidential candidate, Trump has criticized others for using, including the ABC parent company, Walt Disney, saying on his website that its use as a cheap labor program should be eliminated.
We're going to be the people that create jobs for our country.
One of the foreign models Donald Trump's agency brought to the U.S. under the H-1B program was Alexia Palmer, recruited from Jamaica.
I was excited because all the girls in Jamaica wanted to be signed with the agency here.
In official documents filed by the agency for the visa and obtained by ABC News, the agency said Palmer would make at least $75,000 a year for 3 years as a full-time employee.
I was going to get that.
And did that seem like a lot of money to you?
Yes.
But she got nothing close to that from more than 21 shoots, including this campaign for Iman Cosmetics. And now she's taking Trump's agency to court. According to Palmer's lawsuit, her total earnings for 3 years, after 80% was deducted for expenses and fees, came to only $3,880, plus some modest cash advances. Palmer's lawyer, Naresh Gehi. Is that a violation of the law?
It's a slam dunk. It's a 100% violation of the law, without any second thoughts.
And under her visa status, she could not work anywhere else but the Trump agency.
I feel like I was a slave or something.
A slave?
A slave, because that's what slavery people do. Just work and work and work and don't get no money.
3 years lost, she says.
I was discouraged, and I thought my life was just nothing because I can't get to go to school. I can't do nothing. So like they left me.
And the Trump agency says it had a hard time finding work for Palmer and that it was under no obligation to pay her $75,000 a year, despite what the immigration forms said. Trump General Counsel Alan Garten says that was just an estimate.
There was no employer-employee relationship.
Except you checked the box that said full-time employee.
Well, because that's what the form requires.
But it wasn't true.
This is how it's done in the industry.
But an immigration law expert says companies don't have the option of ignoring the wage figures they cite in a U.S. visa form, like the $75,000.
It would be extraordinarily unusual for that to be legal.
Robert Devine was a top U.S. immigration official in the Bush administration. So if the box is checked full-time and the wage promised is $75,000 a year, that's what has to be paid?
Minus any very limited deductions under some very strict rules.
While deducting expenses and charging a commission is considered normal in the modeling industry, the Trump agency added a $4,000 administrative fee. Is that fair?
Is it fair? Yes, it's absolutely fair because that.
Why is it fair?
Because that is how the industry works.
But that $4,000 fee seemed out of the ordinary to an expert on fashion law, Professor Susan Scafidi of Fordham University.
The administrative fee seems high and unusual to me, given that there was also a commission built in.
like an extra added charge that you don't usually see.
Exactly.
Alexia Palmer says other models like her, who also came on the H-1B visa, are afraid to come forward against Trump because their legal status ended when they left the Trump agency. Hers did too, and now she is in hiding in New York, no longer modeling, awaiting the outcome of her lawsuit against the Trump agency.
So 22-year-old Alexia is going to take on Donald Trump.
Yes. And I know I'm going to win because this is very unfair.
Trump's lawyers say Palmer's lawsuit is frivolous, and they've asked the judge to dismiss it. For Nightline, Brian Ross, ABC News, New York.